At the end of the day, I'm not here to talk about the difference between and women. I've met a lot of women, but I met a lot of bitches. I don't know what you, I speak about both.
Am I a bitch or a woman?
I don't know you well enough to tell.
Let's read Michael B. Jordan's
contract.
Why would any of that?
Why would any of that?
Bro, I ain't finished.
One rapper was on a podcast and wasn't trying to apologize after some very interesting comments he said on stage, and another checked his interviewers, who were trying to get him canceled for something he said about the LGBTQ community. These are times rappers shut down woke interviewers. We're starting things off with Lil Wayne, because back in 2016, he did an interview with ABC News that blew up because of his response to a question about the Black Lives Matter movement. In the interview, they were initially talking about Wayne's personal life and his journey to the top. Things eventually got more serious though, and awkward, because the journalist asked Wayne about his music being labeled as misogynistic and asked to know how he'd feel if his daughter was being called the names he used to refer to women in his songs.
What do you say to people who call your music vulgar, misogynistic, offensive, degrading?
No, if that's what you think about the music, if that's what you categorize it under, then so be it. All those things made me who I am, and I am a very successful man.
So your daughter, would you have any problem with her being called a or a?
Yeah, if they calling her a, I have a huge problem with that. Yeah, but I've never called a certain female that I name out, unless I got a real big problem with her. Yeah.
Now, just a month before his interview, Wayne was on a segment of Fox Sports where he made it known he personally thought there was no racism in America anymore.
They wouldn't want to ask me that. They wouldn't want my answer to represent it because God knows I have been nothing but blessed. I have never, and never is a strong word, I've never dealt with racism.
So you've never experienced any offensive behavior from any other color or?
No, sir.
Wow.
I don't want to be bashed because I don't want to sound like I'm on the wrong if there is a side, but I thought that was clearly a message that there was no such thing as racism. That's what I thought that was.
And Lil Wayne ended up being asked about that viral moment. The ABC journalist wanted to know if he still stood by those words. But Wayne wasn't the type to take back something he said for fear of backlash.
There was a lot of backlash from people about that. Would you change it, what you said, or you still feel the same way?
So the interviewer decides to push it further, asking Wayne about his thoughts on the Black Lives Matter movement. Wayne didn't even seem to know what it was all about at first, but after she explains, he lets her know not to come at him with that dumb stuff. He also says he doesn't affiliate himself with the movement, and lets her know the only thing he's connected to is the hood.
What's your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
The idea is that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
It just sounds weird. I didn't know that you put a name on. I am a young, black, rich. If that don't let you know that America understands Black matter these days, I don't know what it is. Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matter, especially to my.
Do you separate yourself from it?
I don't feel connected to a damn thing that ain't got nothing to do with me. If you do, you crazy. You connected to this flag right. As I'm connected, I'm a gangbanger, man. I'm connected.
He ended our interview angrily.
Lil Wayne soon walked out of that interview since he wasn't rocking with the kind of questions being asked. But Wayne is a black rapper, so it's not surprising people will come at him with questions about Black Lives Matter. We can't say the same for Post Malone, though, who the Breakfast Club's Charlamagne the God put in a messy situation with a question about the movement. Posty was an up-and-coming artist at the time, and when he appeared on the Breakfast Club for an interview, Charlamagne was on to him for the very start of the show, trolling him about his dad's job with the Dallas Cowboys and about being a white boy in hip-hop.
His dad actually used to work for the organization.
What was he, water boy?
He still works for the organization. He's like head of concessions.
See, are you afraid as a white rapper that you may be considered a culture vulture?
I don't think so. I'm not scared. I'm not scared because I'm not trying to be anybody that I'm not.
True indeed.
I'm just trying to, I like what I like. And I don't think I'm biting off of a certain culture or copying a certain culture or trying to be part of a certain culture because, I like what I like.
So far, Posty was handling things pretty well, even after all the crap Charlamagne was giving him. It was reasonably clear, though, that Charlamagne didn't like him simply for being a white boy in the hip-hop industry. This became even more obvious when Charlamagne asked him what he was doing to support the Black Lives Matter movement. Even DJ Envy didn't understand why Charlamagne had to ask that.
What are you doing for the Black Lives Matter movement?
What?
I don't know.
Is that a serious question?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
If anything.
I guess what I can do to help Black Lives Matter is I have to keep making music. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Got you.
I don't know.
I would have just said nothing.
I mean, honestly.
Post Malone played it cool even when Charlamagne tried to put him on the spot with the Black Lives Matter question. Charlamagne, on the other hand, got so much backlash after that interview that the original video was taken down from the official Breakfast Club YouTube channel. But to this day, Charlamagne still isn't over what happened and continues to hate on Posty, especially after a Rolling Stone interview years later where Post said Charlamagne wasn't a good person.
In Rolling Stone, he says he wished he would have said, "What are you doing for Black Lives Matter?" Some sassy stuff to shut him up. Charlamagne is not a good person. He hates me because I'm white and I'm different, but we're still rocking and we're still successful and he can't stop it. Rolling Stone reached out to Charlamagne the God for comment, and Charlamagne replied, "I don't dislike Post Malone because he's white. I dislike Post Malone because he's whack." End quote. See, the thing with Post Malone, which I find ironic, is that when he told Rolling Stone, if you're looking for lyrics, if you're looking to cry, if you're looking to think about life, don't listen to hip hop, he's describing himself. Because for you to call out hip hop for not having lyrics just makes you a hypocritical honky, a contradictory cracker. So Post, if you want more lyrics, you want music that makes people cry, you want music that makes people think about life, then go create it. But you can't. Because you're not capable of doing it, because you're not as talented as you think you are.
Charlamagne is lucky Posty's a real chill guy and didn't want to take things further despite all the disrespect, because that interview could have gone far worse. Rappers like Kanye West, though, don't have so much patience for interviewers, and this next situation was a perfect example of that. Because in 2022, Ye did an interview with Piers Morgan where he addressed his controversial tweet about Jewish people and how that got him dropped from major business deals.
My question for you is, do you now regret saying
I update
DEFCON
every
3
day.
on Jewish people? Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not.
You should be.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, but yeah, you should be.
Absolutely not. Are the people, the Jewish businessmen that led me to that place, are they sorry for the way they've raped my
I don't know
people?
who you're talking about in particular, but I don't know why you keep having to say
And
they're
by
Jewish.
the way, you wouldn't-
What is the
but
fact
you would-
they're Jewish got to do with anything? When you insult the Jewish people and say you're going DEFCON 3 on the Jewish people, that is as racist as anything you say you've been through and any pain that you've experienced. It's the same thing. Racism is racism. And you know that, I think, don't you?
Yeah, obviously, that's why I said it.
So you said it knowing it's racist?
Yes, I fought fire with fire.
Okay.
I'm not here to get hosed down.
At least that's
It's a
honest.
different type of freedom fighter.
For most of the interview, though, Ye and Piers were talking over each other and it was starting to look like they were arguing.
Are you
Unless you're
happy that I
prepared
said
to-
I'll focus
Let me explain what I-
on...
let me
Are you
explain.
happy that I said...
I know. I heard what you
Whoa,
just...
brother, why are you talking over me? You want me to go on if I say to specify the business people that have raped my people that just so happen to be Jewish?
I think by doing what you've just done, I find that I'm not even Jewish and I find that offensive. Why do you keep having to do that? I don't think you get it at all. I don't think you understand the...
After several minutes of back and forth, though, Ye continued trying to explain his thoughts and the reasoning behind his recent actions, but Piers kept trying to cut Ye short, and it pissed him off.
We need to go to the top lawyers, the top execs, the owners of the stadiums, the owners of the football teams, and the owners of the record labels. And we're going to put them all in one room, and we're going to read let's go top 10 in each one of these categories, right? Let's read Michael B. Jordan's
Okay, but why would
contract.
any of that-
Let's
okay,
read
but
Aaron
why would
Donald's
any of that- why
bro,
would any of
hey,
that-
bro, I ain't finished.
Nothing
I didn't
you're-
finish
nothing
my
you're saying
brilliant
has
idea.
anything to do
Hey,
with
boy,
regret.
Hey, boy.
Don't call me boy.
Don't finish. I told you. Oh, don't treat me like a boy then. I'm
I'm
gonna
not.
finish my sentence of my idea.
2 minutes later, though, Ye walked out of the interview since he didn't like how Piers was talking to him.
After that moment happens, then I will say, I'm sorry.
Okay, if that's your position.
That's
clear.
Interview adjourned. Love you.
Okay, that's the end of the interview.
And Kanye West isn't the only rapper to get pissed when given backlash for his views. This next rapper, though, completely doubled down on his supposedly controversial comments, even when pressed by several interviewers about them. We all remember the 2020 Grammys and how Lil Nas X, who'd come out as gay the year before, turned up in a very provocative outfit. Well, a rapper from Georgia known as Pastor Troy caught a lot of heat when he posted on Instagram about the way Lil Nas X was dressed at the Grammys, saying if it took a provocative pink outfit to win a Grammy, he'd never get one. He then went on to call out the LGBTQ community and how they were trying to push the gay agenda on everyone. But even after all the heat that followed, he still didn't back down.
So Lil Nas X, performed at the Grammys, showed up at the Grammys, had a very provocative outfit on.
Had a lot of belts.
Lot of belts.
Straps
lot
and
of
leather
buckles.
and pink, and I just, it was just going across social media so much, man. I know my boys is on Instagram and everything too, man. And I just couldn't take it, man. My fingers just couldn't take it. I had to say something like, man, if this would it take to get a Grammy, I ain't gonna get one. Just ain't my
that's
style.
why he got the Grammy?
No, I don't. I'm just saying to even set myself out there like that. I understand the powers that be, you know what I mean, and who is behind us even seeing or knowing the Nas X. You feel me? He ain't just independent. You feel me, man? There's somebody behind that thing. Man, they be trying to push this gay agenda on people, man, to make everything just acceptable. There's some things that just ain't right.
Well, when you say accessible, or do you mean acceptable? Okay.
Acceptable.
The interviewers tried to check Troy for his views, asking what he'd do if his son came out as gay. But he shut them down, letting them know that he just don't play like that.
So what if your son was to come to you and be like, I know what you taught me my whole life, but I just want to come out and let you know that I like mozzarella sticks and men.
Nah, I don't even entertain no stuff like that.
No, but say but say that he liked men.
I don't even put that thought in my mind. I don't even put that into the atmosphere. You feel me?
But there's some things you can't control,
Right.
because so you
There's
saying
some
when,
things that you can control too. I'm there. I'm putting into his life. I'm being an example for him. He's watching me.
But Troy, there are a lot of people.
It ain't no buts about my household.
Okay, and you control
it ain't no buts
that.
about my. I do.
Troy, you control that, my
Soldier
brother.
style. Soldier style.
You
And we
control
don't
that.
play that over there.
But here's the thing.
In the Troy household.
There has been so many cases, Pastor Troy, of people having something pressed
And
upon
that's
them that's
them.
not about them, and
And
then
they hide it.
And that's them. I thank God that I don't have to deal with that and not gonna deal with it.
But even if he wasn't down with the idea of his son ever being gay, or with the way the industry was trying to push the idea on the public, he still let the interviewers know that he was actually cool with gay people and wasn't homophobic.
I'm not homophobic at all. 20 years I've been in this rap game. I done took more pictures with gays, transvestites, all of that, man, because it's not my concern. You know what I mean? What you are, what you do. You know what I mean? You like the music, take a picture, that's fine. Just because I took a picture with this gay person don't mean I got to go home and tell my son, hey, man, it's all right to be gay. I just took this picture with this gay person. It's cool now.
But Pastor Troy isn't the only rapper who's been labeled as homophobic for something he said. Because at a 2021 Rolling Loud performance, DaBaby said something that had the internet buzzing.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the fellas. Lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the Let's be real about this shit. Yeah, keep it fucking real.
The next day, though, in the wake of all the backlash, DaBaby doubled down on his words, letting everyone know to stay out of his business.
I'm gonna address this weak-ass internet shit one time, and I'm gonna get back to giving my love to my fans. See what I'm saying? Because what me and my fans do at the live show, it don't concern you niggas on the internet or you bitter bitches on the internet. It's not y'all business.
DaBaby's response gained even more backlash, which only made things worse for him, with fashion brand Boohoo Man cutting him off and other artists like Dua Lipa, Questlove, Madonna, and Elton John publicly calling him out. He finally got his chance to address his comments in an interview with Trevor Noah on an episode of the What Now podcast, where he acknowledged that his remarks came off as hateful, but offered no real apology.
What I said was, I said it so naturally and without any ill intent, but at the same time, on hindsight, definitely. And it didn't even have to be that far behind for it to be on hindsight. I learned immediately, I'm speaking the way I'm speaking, ignorant to the way that it'll be perceived with me being the person who I've grown and worked to be. Not once did I even mention, a gay person. I didn't even say anything about a gay person. I'd mentioned if you don't have AIDS, fellas, I said if you didn't perform oral sex on somebody in the parking lot, right, put a cell phone light up. All of these are just things to, to somewhat get you, not somewhat, to very much so get you to just put a cell phone light up, in which literally everybody did.
This is what I'm trying to get.
Everybody there.
That's what exactly. This is
And
what I'm
that's
trying
the
to get to.
disconnect, but I'm
yes,
just in
exactly.
a space to where like I'm not like making excuses for it.
No,
you know
no,
what I'm
no,
saying?
and-
I
and-
just feel like I just should have been so much more aware of the fact, first of all, that it's being live streamed and just, and you know that this can potentially be used as you know, used as a vessel to just paint my character or assassinate my character.
To the LGBTQ community, the interview felt more about DaBaby trying to make a comeback than anything else. When you're a rich megastar like Kanye West, though, apologizing for free speech is out of the question. As we know, Ye is no stranger to voicing his opinion, often going against the grain, and he had his own opinions on the Black Lives Matter movement as well. Because back in 2022, he made it clear that he was not a supporter of the movement, and he even wore a White Lives Matter shirt just to troll his haters. And when asked about it in an interview, he wasn't trying to apologize to anyone.
I feel like Black Lives Matter is like a warm water, it's a hot shower, and White Lives Matter is a closed shower. The funny thing about woke culture is like, woke culture is not really woke like that. A lot of times people, they would rather just exist inside of the pain of a lie than deal with the harsh realities of the truth.
Kanye goes on saying that people need to start challenging when the media tells them and talks about being blackballed by the elites of the industry.
As a people, we are a sophisticated people that have to look in and be willing to challenge things, not just take what the media has fed us. The Jewish media controls so many things. It's not all the Jewish people, but there's specifically Jewish people in media that are in power that try to have, they bought the black voice, but they haven't been able to buy my voice. So instead they blackball me, they threaten people to not interview me, they threaten people to get away from me.
But Ye didn't stop there, because he also brought up influential figures in the industry such as Charlamagne and DJ Academics, calling them sellouts and reminding the interviewer and everyone watching that he doesn't have to be doing any of this, as he's rich enough to stay out of it. But he chooses to speak out, essentially sacrificing himself.
They have this Jewish media, black media, trauma culture, trauma economy, the stuff that Charlamagne the God works for, the stuff that Rosenberg works for, the stuff that academics, the guys that academics, you gotta understand, all these people that y'all listening to out here, I'm gonna tell y'all, they getting their checks cut. I need y'all to really respect what I'm doing, the stuff that I'm doing and I'm saying online, and love the fact, look, I got money, I got my songs, I could go off and just go to, you know, Hawaii and live a nice life. That means that God has called me to sacrifice all of that in order to bring the truth. That's what I'm saying. They don't cut my check. You listen to people that's getting their check cut by Jewish media. Usually since Charlamagne, we know all the names.
And like Ye and Lil Wayne, A$AP Rocky is another black rapper who said he isn't down with the Black Lives Matter movement. And he too got confronted about it in interviews. And this wasn't the first time Rocky had shut down woke culture, because in 2015, he was at Oxford Union Society for a question and answer session, where one audience participant said hip-hop lyrics were insulting to women and wanted to know if A$AP thought his music isolated women. But Rocky lets her know that he doesn't discriminate against who he disses in his songs.
A lot of the music is quite crude about women and sometimes insulting. So do you think that your music isolates women and prevents us from listening to your music compared to men?
At times.
At times? And do you think that's okay?
Yeah, because I do it to men too.
You do it too?
It isolates men too. I don't discriminate.
Isolates men?
Yeah, at times. How many songs you hear? I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you. It's the same thing. You dudes, da da da. It's just that we diss men all the time. What do you want to battle me right now or something? Like you just like wild aggressive. Like is that not aggressive?
She then goes on to say she enjoys listening to his songs, but wants to know from A$AP if she would still listen even when his songs objectify women. But A$AP sets the record straight, letting her know that it's her choice to listen, and that he only makes music based off of his experiences, as he's met some women that he would rightfully refer to with the B word.
I do enjoy your music, but should I listen to it if it's, you know, rude about women or it's making us seem like objects? Should I still listen to it if I don't agree with what they're saying?
Well, that's a question that only you can answer. Without justifying all those rappers, what I will say is, speaking for me, I only speak about my experiences. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not here to talk about the difference between bitches and women. I don't, you know, for me, you know, what I will say is, when we make music, we articulate. I'm 26, I've met a lot of women, but I met a lot of bitches. I don't know what you, I speak about both.
Am I a bitch or a woman?
I don't know you well enough to tell.
When addressing woke people, as you can see, ASAP is always chill with it. Kevin Gates, though, held nothing back when he also made his opinion clear about the BLM movement. Gates did an interview in 2016 with radio presenter Shay Diddy, where, like several of the other black artists in his video, also revealed he wasn't in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, even as a black man himself.
No BET, everybody should be Americans. And I was like, if she said that, then I feel like I agree with that, because it's only two type of people in life, real people and fake people.
Right.
They got these people talking about all black, man, Black Lives Matter, man, all lives matter.
He also went on to tell his story, letting Shay know that police harassing black people has less to do with racism and was more about the conduct of young black men.
I've been, like, I've had a rib fractured, both my eyes black, maced for no reason, pulled out the car by my dreads and everything. First of all, the car smelled like marijuana. That was probably called for the search.
Yeah.
Then I got belligerent.
Yeah.
You know, man, and I got what came with that.
Yeah.
And I done had a time where I was walking down the street, you heard me, and got assaulted, really, because of the way I conducted myself. Now I don't have problems because of the way I conduct myself. Yeah, I done been stopped for jogging. I'm really jogging.
But that in itself isn't the problem.
That was your ignorance. I can't get mad at you because of your ignorance. You don't know. You've been trained to feel like everything that's moving like this is up to no good.
But that's what the point of Black Lives Matter is.
He just finished breaking into a house. But all lives matter, baby.
I mean, well, that's the point of the campaign, All Lives Matter.
Yeah.
That you
If
can't
you want to be right, I agree with you.
And that wasn't the only time Gates had something to say about the movement, because several years earlier, he did a live stream where he called out the Black Lives Matter community for being hypocrites.
We kill each other. I'm talking about we lay up under each other's cars, lay behind each other's houses. The car passed by, we wet the whole car, boom, boom, bang, bang, kill everybody in the car. Didn't catch your homeboy, he ran out the car, then run him down, stood over him. Hit him about 20 times in the face. We kill each other. But as soon as a white boy kill one of us, everybody go to hooping and hollering and all that old stupid ass shit. That's bullshit. When you stand for something, you gotta stand for it all the way, not halfway. And I said it before and I'm gonna say it again if who don't like it. You know what's worse than a nigga? Another one.
These were times when rappers shut down woke interviewers. If you made it to the end of the video, subscribe to the channel and check out times when rappers got completely exposed by interviewers.